Okay, so, welcome to the world of Era the Empowered. As most of you know, this is our superhero game that is powered by Era D10. We are going to jump in at what I refer to as Event 2. Well, kind of after the end of Event 2, actually. It's Event 3, the very beginning of it. Recently, Atlantis was found to exist, and in fact, the denizens of Atlantis are particularly strong and tough humans who are not empowered in the same way that you are, but certainly are extremely capable, and more so than your average human on a physical level. There's been peace declared, thanks mostly to the guy that you guys called Leader, Martian Pantsman, who is the leader of an organization known as Aegis. Aegis is a group of good guy superheroes, and you attempt to keep the supervillains in check and keep everybody safe. You're the good guys. So why don't we go round the table quickly and introduce the characters that we've got. First of all, we've got Yggdrasil.
Known as Ig. So yes, I'm here. I'm Nordic. I'm basically here to try and help keep people alive and power up your empowered. Kind of, this is what I do.
So your empowered ability relates to healing and life force manipulation.
Yes, so I can make sure that any major damages are fixed and that pull life, and I can enhance people as we go forward.
So that's pretty cool. Next, we have Running Song. Running Song is has the ability to cast Spirit Hands, so hands will come out of nowhere, and she can use those to touch things at a distance, to carry heavy things.
She is also the master of tapping you on the shoulder and making you look the wrong direction.
Moving swiftly on, we have Violet.
That's me. So I'm basically, I fly around and I'm super strong and I'm super bossy.
Yes, Violet is a character that some of you might be familiar with from our comics or the Era of the Empowered rulebook. Next, we've got Changeling.
I can change my shape to stretch out or grab things. I can toughen my skin and bones to resist damage, and I seem to be able to grow quite considerably.
Next we have Theseus.
Yeah, well, I'm Theseus. The way I see it, I'm not that tall. I'm a little bit shorter, but I am very sturdy. And the time that I spent sailing, it has gotten salt into my cyber thingies, and sometimes they do not work perfectly, but let's hope everything goes okay.
I'd like to point out that this guy is the smartest player in the room so far, because he's come up with a reason for why he's going to fail, and it's not his fault. We have Savant Zachary, and he's the last member of the team.
Zachary is, well, to say Zachary is intelligent is an understatement. He likes to work things out. He likes to be the smartest guy in the room. Puts his intelligence to good use in helping those around him and working out problems as best he can.
So there are 6 of you. You have been sent from Aegis headquarters, which is a place known as the Bunker, to the docks of this city that you're in. The reason that you've been sent here, and in a bit of a hurry, is that there are terrorists destroying the warehouses. Martian Pantsman, no one's sure whether these are empowered or not, and he's not taking any risks whatsoever, which is why all of you were sent to go and do this. You've been told the police have the wharf blockaded, but they don't have enough officers to also go in and stop the terrorists. So they need help, and you're the only people available. So you have travelled to the docks. in your Aegis van TM, unless you happen to fly.
Why are we only the only people available? What happened with the other guys?
It's one attack on the city. Do you have any idea how many attacks happen on the city every single day?
So these terrorists are like second-grade terrorists.
These terrorists are being taken pretty seriously for 6 of you to be sent. Normally it'd be like 1 or 2 of you, right? To most threats, most supervillains.
Yeah, there's definitely something we're not being told.
Well, I mean, something you don't know, to be more accurate. Martian Pantsman wouldn't not tell you something.
I would say that if we all go together, then we should be able to have a slightly better chance of coordinating. So, yes, let's go.
Okay, so you arrive at the docks, and I'm going to start you off down at the docks. So you are at the docks, and I'm going to have you all roll me a wits and investigation. So just to go through the basics for the benefits of anyone who has not played before or who's not watched one of our videos before, you count up the number of black dots that you have in both wits and investigation, and you'll roll that number of d10s. And what I'm looking for is 7 or better on any dice. So if you roll a 10, you get a bonus dice. If you roll more 1s than you roll successes, you need to tell me because you've got a fumble.
Would you like an example of a fumble? Because I got a fumble. I got 1 and no successes.
1 and no successes.
Okay, so I'm going to get the dice really.
Yeah, so, just out of curiosity, on my character sheet for investigation, I have a dot tracker going up and then 2 dots to the side. So does that mean I've got 3 dots, or does that mean something else?
You have 3 dots because you have a bonus. You also have a bonus on intelligence. So you have 5 intelligence instead of 3 because of your...
Superness.
Indeed. So you have a superness bonus, as indeed was mentioned. So, that was the wits and investigation. Theseus got 2 successes. Violet, how did you do?
I got 5, so that's going to
Nice.
be my best roll all night.
Okay. 5 successes. As we know, Yggdrasil got a minor fumble. Running Song got 1 success, by what I make it. Changeling, how did we do?
2 successes.
2. And Zachary got 5 as well, if I heard right.
No, 3.
3. Okay, right. So, you turn up, and very quickly, all of you notice that Yggdrasil is not paying enough attention because he or she... He steps out of the van, trips over, and falls flat on his face. Take 1 pain damage.
There's a hole there.
You are embarrassed, but yeah, you pick yourself up. Now, those of you with 1 success, I think there was someone. It was Running Song. Now, Running Song, there is a big police presence here. They are armed, and they are not terribly friendly looking to empowered. Anyone with 1 or more successes sees that. With 2 or more successes, what you see is that there is there is smoke rising from 2 areas up ahead on the docks. Kind of to your right, there's a boat that's docked that does seem to be on fire, and one of the warehouses there's fire rising from that as well. With 3 successes, you can see the vaguest hint of movement down near the warehouse. Someone's moving around down there. You can't get a good look. You're too far away. The police cordon is well thought out, well distanced. And you can't see super well. With 5 successes, Violet, you fortunately ignored Yggdrasil falling, because, you were flying and stuff. And you're able, just a few meters off the ground, you're able to see over a lot more clearly past the police cars. You can see that there are large, well-muscled individuals carrying boxes out of the warehouse to the side of the dockside and then putting them down.
Okay, I'll kind of report that over the radio.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just say there are these huge guys, and they just seem to be moving stuff out of the warehouse. Not very excited.
So they're not moving in a panic of we must get these out or they're going to be damaged. They are just simply moving.
They're moving them. Yeah, they're not particularly panicked or rushing. No.
That also means they're not afraid of the fire.
I suppose it must do. That's a logical deduction.
They're not afraid of us, which is concerning.
Well, they might not be able to see you directly, right? You are some distance away. They're certainly not afraid of the police. You've only just arrived.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of meant us and the police.
Yeah, they're certainly not afraid of the police.
Being that Zeus is a little bit short, he asks a little bit concerned. How huge are we talking about?
They're more built, like sort of muscly, than they are particularly really, really tall. They're kind of more like sort of average height.
So, Scotsmen more than Vikings.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Looking at the warehouses, do I have any idea of these warehouses? What potentially who they own, who owns them? What markings are on the side? Any idea what sort of things they may be trying to steal?
So I think that you are able to use your insight power.
Okay.
So you're going to get to the first power move. It is going to be enhanced intelligence plus insight.
Okay.
That's 9 dice.
5 successes.
Okay, so with 5 successes, you are aware that this warehouse belongs to one of the local power companies. It's known as E-Power. It provides power to most of the city through various means, which include solar, wind, nuclear, and a little bit of like there's one coal and gas station that tops it up a bit.
But it's mostly reusable resource.
Yeah, I mean nuclear as well. It's it's one of their warehouses for literally shipping stuff in. Obviously, all those things need spare parts. They need exporting batteries and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, they have a shipping warehouse.
That is an E-Power warehouse. Looks like they are taking things for generating power or storing power.
Generators and things, yes. Should we stop
I
them?
cannot see from here.
So the by this time, you've had a few moments to observe, but by this time, the police chief, he's going to kind of look around and go, "Oh God." Like I say chief, he's not actually the chief of police. Like he's just the guy in charge on the scene, right? Probably a detective or something. And he's going to walk over and he's going to just sort of look at the 6 of you and go, "Okay, which one of you's in charge?"
Oh, I'll take the opportunity to land in front of him and say, "How can I help you, officer?"
What are you doing here?
I will chuckle.
Aegis sent us. We've been sent. We've been asked to assist.
Everything
informed?
is under control. We don't need super suits to help out. Everything's fine. We can deal with it without tights, underpants over those tights. Everything is fine.
Eyes up here for a start, yeah. Secondly, we're not subject to your idea of handling things. Like, we're not going to just let it burn.
So you are vigilantes who are breaking the law by intervening in any way. At the moment, you're just wearing Halloween costumes, and I can't, unfortunately, arrest you for that. However, that's going to change very quickly if you try and cross this line.
Are you at some point going to stop those men from stealing things from the E-Power warehouse?
The situation is contained, and this is a police matter. Thank you.
Perhaps you should handle it
Big
rather
head
than standing.
man.
What's your name, officer?
I am Detective Jenkins, and I am in charge of this situation until such a time as I die or someone senior turns up. And you are not senior.
Can I do Spirit Hands to have been doing bunny ears behind his head this whole time?
Yes.
I do so.
Rule of cool. I'm going to call that trivial. I'm not going to make you roll for that. But yeah,
It's going to be awfully difficult not to smirk if he's doing that.
I know, you're going to have to roll a double willpower.
Thanks for that.
My pleasure as always.
Fortunately, I don't have a sense of humour, so I'm fine.
You're likely dealing with empowered. This is probably going to be difficult for standard law enforcement to assist with.
Fortunately, I got 4.
Okay, so you don't smirk. Yeah, your willpower is stronger than you think. I don't care what you think is going on here. This is a police matter. Now back away. Back away.
I'm going to suggest we go back and around the next corner and around to the other side of the docks.
Pretty much.
Follow instructions, yes. Best way.
Following what my character sheet says, I think Running Song would probably get in his face and do a rant about duty, and she has a duty and to maintain and help here.
Okie dokie. Rock on and give me the rant, and I'll tell you what your role is.
Do you understand that we have been granted great power, not just by
I don't care.
Not just by the powers that be.
Roll me a charisma persuasion, 7 or better. 3 successes. He sort of said, "Look, this is a police. Fine, go. This city's going downhill, badly." And he stands to one side, and he sort of gestures for his officers to move to one side as well.
Age's music kicks in. All the guys move on.
All the like all the background music comes in as you guys charge forward.
I will stay back a little bit, and I will give him our frequency in case he needs to get in contact. And sorry about the kids.
Fine, go. Get out of my sight.
Do we want to try and put the fires out?
That would be advantageous.
They have firemen for that. We have a duty.
Look around for things like hydrants, water access, just to see if, with the powers we have available, we can deal with that in a fairly swift manner.
You do have Theseus, of course, who's got a good amount of strength. Other than that, your powers are not particularly well suited to stopping fire.
Okay. In that case, we shall focus on the bit we can deal with, which is the people stealing stuff.
Okay, so as you approach, I'd like everyone to, you're approaching, and I'm assuming relatively swiftly, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like everyone to roll me an intelligence investigation as you move in. You have one more chance to look at these individuals and see what you can see.
Just 1 success for me, Ed.
Okie dokie.
2 for me.
Successes.
Okay.
5 for Zach.
Goodness. 1, 2 for Running Song. Okay, so with 1 success, you can see that these individuals are carrying weapons. They're mostly things like spears, nets, knives, that kind of thing. Quite basic weaponry. With 2 successes, you notice that several of them are carrying more than any human being could realistically carry. So they definitely have some kind of enhanced strength. With 4 successes and 5 successes, you pretty quickly notice that these guys are Atlanteans. There is a peace treaty with Atlantis. They should not be attacking anything, and they definitely should not be stealing stuff. I am going to say that this piece is relatively fragile. They're not, like if you provoke them enough, you could start another war. So you're going to have to be a bit careful with how you go about this.
Atlanteans. Interesting. Perhaps we should talk to them and find
out. At that
out.
moment, you're going to hear over your radio, "Hey, leader! Oi, leader! You there?
What?
Any arrests you get, they're ours. You were never here."
Yes, I'd like to know later on, Jenkins, why you're so secretive about this, but I'll bear it in mind.
It's pretty simple. You're embarrassing for the city, for humanity in general. And he signs off.
Oh, shoot. I was going to have her do a whole duty about he should be next to us, he should be with us, he should be here to make the arrest, but oh well. So someone has to stop her in the middle of a rant.
Anyway, as you approach past the police line, several of the people on the dock are going to kind of turn and look at you.
I suggest we approach and try to ascertain what it is they're actually after and why.
Give them the warning.
They need to be warned, but I would suggest discourse rather than disarray at this point.
Then we stand together.
You continue to approach once they've noticed you. They start dropping everything and pulling the weapons out.
What seems to be the problem, boys?
Leave now.
Didn't answer the question.
Do not get involved in this.
What is
We're
this?
already involved.
You appear to be stealing from that warehouse. Why?
This is none of your concerns, Surfacer.
It is on the surface, and you are stealing, therefore it is our concern.
You know, my colleagues have a point, but we're prepared to hear a reason.
Speak to the Knight Captain. I have no interest in discourse. Do not interfere with our work, or we will stop you.
Yeah, there is a problem here because you are stealing from a warehouse that belongs to somebody that is not of your people.
We are not stealing.
Therefore, you are in our jurisdiction, not an Atlantean jurisdiction, and therefore you are in breach of the treaty.
I pull him aside just a little bit, actually using the mage hands because I am not big enough or strong enough to do it on my own, and go, do we actually know that they're stealing?
That is the summation, unless they will provide evidence to the contrary. This is not their place. They are not of the surface. They are not of the city.
But we're not going to do a guilty until proven innocence. We have a duty to uphold the laws of the land, and for all we know, some nice Samaritan hired Atlantean movers because they're a little bit stronger.
Unlikely, particularly from the way they are speaking.
Why don't we just ask?
I'm sorry, who was that you said we should speak to?
He had said the Knight Captain.
Who is the Knight Captain?
He'd gestured towards the warehouse when he said it.
Let us go speak to this Knight Captain then.
So, you are all heading into the warehouse then?
I am taking stock of positions of people, what they're armed with, what they look like. As we enter the building, I'm looking at entrances, exits, possible pitfalls. I am basically just being very aware of my surroundings.
Sort of almost preparing your I planned for this thing, right?
Yes, that'd be the one.
I'm just trying not to break things.
That's very good of you. Yeah. You very quickly see there's one individual standing in the middle who's directing some others. The fire's burning away quite happily over in the corner, and everyone seems to be ignoring it. Maybe a little insight from that. Atlanteans are not terribly afraid of fire. They aren't particularly bothered by it, thanks to their body composition, which is not the same as humans. It's not really very flammable at all.
I'm just going to stamp up to him and say, "Excuse me, are you the captain?"
Roll me a wits investigation as you stomp up to him. Anyone else who wishes to may also.
Net result of that is 2 successes.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
Sure.
No successes.
2.
4 successes.
Okay, well. Violet?
Oh, just the 2.
Right, so with 1 success, you are kind of focused on the fire on the Knight Captain. With 2 successes, you're analysing the Knight Captain. Guy's got a sword, and it looks like it's actually got blood on it. Not very encouraging. 3 successes, or 4 successes, you actually notice there are some hostages in the corner. They do not look in very good condition. There are about 5 of them, and they're sort of tied up in the corner. But as you say, Violet, you sort of walk up to the Knight Captain and say, "Are you the Knight Captain?" He sort of turns around and sort of looks intimidating at you. That's Knight Captain.
Got it.
So he sort of turns around, sort of gets ready to draw his sword and says, "I am." Who asks?
I'm Violet, one of the empowered. What seems to be the problem here?
Leave, Surface Dweller. Leave while I allow it.
Oh, I think there's been a little miscommunication here. We, and I'm going to point to everyone else, are not particularly intimidated by that sort of thing, but we also do want to, I don't know.
I'm going to pause you for a second, because as you turn around and go, we, that's the moment when you notice the hostages in the corner. So you're like, mid-sentence, you're like, we are not particularly intimidated.
Can I have a mage hand on the pommel of, or like the very base of it, ready to redirect the angle?
Yes, you can. Roll me a spirit hands and spiritual strength, I think. No, physical strength, actually. Spirit hands and physical strength. 5 dice.
Taking stock of the hostages and where they are they being watched by anyone, or are these guys just carrying on regardless?
They're mostly carrying on regardless. They don't seem terribly interested.
Is there a way out near where the hostages are?
There is not a way out near where the hostages are. There are 2 ways out of the warehouse. One is the way you came in. The other one is actually in the fire corner, which leads you to wonder whether maybe the fire was started deliberately because you are Savant Zachary.
Yes, stop the way out.
Yeah, it sounds like, maybe that wasn't an accident. Stop humans, but not stop Atlanteans.
What's burning?
It is a whole bunch of crates. Like they've literally been smashed, thrown in the corner, and they're burning against the wall. The warehouse itself is made of metal, I should say. Metal and brick. So it's not... The warehouse itself isn't burning, just the stuff inside is. There's a reasonable fire break as well. It's not going to spread.
I have to tell you, Knight Captain, that kidnapping or forcible restraint is a federal crime, and under the laws and ordinances of the city, I should now place you under arrest. Is there any reason why I shouldn't do so?
Because you're not a policeman.
Thanks, Theseus. Thanks for that.
Can we broadcast that over the headset to try and make sure we can get the buy-in, though?
I think it's probably too late now.
Yeah, I was going to say that's pretty much what I'm going to try and track, but yes.
No. Like you can now start broadcasting what's going on if you want to, but
yeah.
The Knight Captain just kind of turns to Theseus and just sort of smiles a bit. And then turns back to Violet, and his expression turns more serious, and he says, "Also, I do not fear you. Your people barely survived the war with Atlantis."
Well, of course, that is very nice that you don't fear me. It isn't my purpose in life to have you fear me, but certainly what you appear to be doing is a criminal act.
So, another group of Atlanteans are now removing more stuff and taking it outside. They're just doing it. They're ignoring you entirely.
What are they actually taking?
It's crates of things. In fact, now that you're close enough, roll me an intelligence investigation to see if you can find out what the crates are.
So, Ed, I'm going to start basically broadcasting across the headset.
Yeah, I got that. Don't worry.
No worries. And I'm going to try and talk to him when we get the chance.
3.
So, most of the crates that they're moving have either flammable or toxic emblems on them. One or the other.
Why are you removing combustible material from this warehouse?
We are removing the things that we need to remove. You cannot stop us, and if you try, we will destroy you.
You are acting on behalf of Atlantis, correct?
I am acting on the Empress's own orders.
So you're breaking the truce.
I am not a politician, sir. I am a soldier, and I was given orders by my Empress. I follow my orders until death.
Do these guys have diplomatic immunity? Running Song will stage whisper to the room.
They do not have diplomatic immunity.
Is there a chance that you misunderstood your orders? Can we see them?
See my orders? I don't understand.
I wanted to look to start finding a way to put that fire out.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, and I planned for this, I think. It should be almost impossible, so I feel like that's an I planned for this. So that's going to be 11 dice. He seemed to honestly not understand what you meant when you asked him to show him your orders.
What was her exact words? Did she told you to start a war?
Ooh.
That's what you're doing?
Roll me a...
Wait, would this guy be high enough rank to even meet the Empress?
This guy apparently is high enough rank to even meet the Empress. Well, that's what he said. I'm just gonna stick with Theseus for 1 second.
No problem.
Roll me a charisma and esteem, but you don't have any esteem. So you have to roll me a charisma and luck, and you're gonna have to roll 10s.
So 0.
Any ones?
No.
Sorry, it was 7 successes, was it, on trying to put the fire out?
Yes.
You don't like it, but probably the easiest way is actually to collapse that section of roof. You could have Theseus do it with his whirly hook thing, or probably Violet could do it. There's even a possibility that Yggdrasil could do it by maybe denaturing the metal, but you've never seen him do anything like that before. Or in fact, Running Song could do it by making a giant hand that pulls down the roof, but she is paying attention to the Knight Captain's sword at this exact moment.
Do we have comms that are just for us alone?
Yes. Well, Jenkins is now having everything broadcast to him.
Across the comm, very quietly, I'm going to take a couple of steps away so that I'm less obvious. And I'm going to say, would one of you mind collapsing that corner where the fire is and helping me put the fire out and get the hostages?
Would you excuse me for a brief moment, Knight Captain?
I will detail what needs to happen to put that fire out so the hostages...
Okay, Savant Zachary, you get to earn your name. You're going to need to roll me an intelligence and engineering.
I'm about to suggest quietly over the radio that collapsing the warehouse is a bad idea at this time.
Okay. So, so you say to the Knight Captain, will you excuse me a second? He says, come or go as you please. I will not fight you unless you pose a threat. So, yeah, you're able to back off a step.
So I'll do that. Look, I don't think collapsing the warehouse, I think that would be an aggressive move at the moment.
The hostages are here. They are a chip that can be used against us. This fight is going to happen. I don't see a way to avoid it. Unless you wish to just let them walk off with E-Power's equipment.
Our duty was to find terrorists, not common thieves.
Go ahead and call the Knight Captain a common thief and see how quickly he pulls his sword. I think he's far too proud to let such a slight go without answer.
Ed, I said this out loud, right?
Not out loud to his hearing. I'm assuming you're all kind of being quiet and talking to each other. I assumed, anyway.
I was being quiet.
Yeah, as was Violet, I believe.
I'm going back to the Knight Captain. Knight Captain, I would ask that you would pause your operations for a few moments, release the hostages, and explain further what is going on here to aid our investigation.
Roll me a charisma persuasion.
How do we know they're hostages?
It is a decent question, but the reason that you are fairly sure they're hostages is that they've been roughed up quite badly and tied up in the corner.
While they're doing that, I wouldn't mind to look over them.
So you are going to... Are you going to try and heal them directly, or just find out how badly hurt they are?
If they look like they've been anyway beaten up, I'm going to see what I can do to try and help fix them.
They very definitely look like they've been beaten up.
Then yes, I will take some time. Limit how much they can easily see, but I'm going to try and channel some life energy into them to try and help.
I like that. That's a clever use of your powers. So what I'm going to let you do is I'm going to let you roll Healing Beam plus regenerate others, but you are going to have to roll me 9s to keep it concealed.
No worries.
In the meantime, I got 2 successes of 3 dice rolled.
Okay. He says, I will not let these criminals go. I will not tell you any more about my mission. Those words are not mine to tell.
Well, may I ask whose they are to tell and why you're calling these people criminals?
These people are criminals due to their actions. They are the Empress's words to tell, and the Empress's alone.
That's really a very pretty way of saying nothing.
I'm sorry, sir. Can you make a terror restart so that we can get with our business?
He's going to look very confused, I think, to be honest. I think he's not going to
What are you doing here? Just either you're a terrorist or not.
We are not terrorists, we are soldiers. We fight with honor.
Oh, that
You
was
are-
2 successes.
You are thieves. You are stealing from a warehouse that does not belong to you. That makes you criminals.
We are not criminals, we fight with honor.
2 successes on 9s.
So your movements are not subtle, but you do them kind of in a different direction, and you manage to hide the visible part of the beam. You don't think you've done a massive amount, but you've certainly, helped them out a little bit. They are less badly off than they were.
Yeah.
Minimal help, I would say.
If you fight with honor, what do you steal with?
We steal nothing. We steal nothing.
Whoa, take it easy with the thief word. We're dealing with a diplomatic thing here, I think, more than simple criminality.
Then deal with it.
Theseus turns around and starts clomping off.
Okay, then I'm going to step forward to the captain and ever so gently, I'm going to lay my hand on his forearm and say to him, I must tell you now that I am restraining you, Captain, from further activity officially.
Ooh, right.
I'm going to be really gentle about how I lay my hand up, and I'm going to make big eyes at him.
Okay, I think that comes to a charisma persuasion, because you are desperately trying not to intimidate him. I've gathered that. So that's a charisma persuasion that I'm going to need from you.
I got 2 again. Yes, it's my night.
I shall not be restrained! And he draws his sword. Now, you, Running Song, have been focusing on his sword for some time. Therefore, him drawing his sword may not go quite the way he wants it to. What exactly are you going to do when he attempts to draw his sword? Because he had the hand over the pommel.
It's gonna probably feel like it's stuck in the scabbard.
Okay, that's what you're going for. In that case, roll me one more Spirit Hand's physical strength, please.
Spirit hand.
Oh man, really?
3 and 2. And there's the 2 extras.
Okay, awesome. So, he attempts to draw his sword and it doesn't move at all. And he's like, "Ugh! Get them! So I would like everyone to take 1 dice, roll it.
Can I just make one quick free action?
Yep.
Told you so.
Everyone roll 1 dice and you add it to your initiative number. Ooh. These minions can roll initiative. Jeez.
There's the time to roll a 1.
Yeah, I rolled 2, which gives me only 8.
Did anyone get more than 18?
Oh my god, no.
No.
I'm serious. These guys can roll initiative. 10, 8, 7, 7.
We're doomed.
Anyone get more than 16? 15? 14? 13? That is Theseus. 12. 11? I know that Running Song got 10. 9? 8 is Violet.
And
Ig. Okay. 7?
Yes.
Do me a roll off, would you? For against 7? I rolled an 8.
Roll a 4.
Zachary. And 6?
Yep, finally got me.
Oh my god.
That's
Wow.
impressive. Although, in fairness, you were rolling off against the Knight Captain, so he can't move quickly either. So it's not just you. Okay, so the first Atlantean is going to throw his box at Theseus. You're halfway out the door, but you look kind of hench. So they want to deal with you. So the guy throws his box at you. You're actually leaving because they're not terrorists, so you're not going to get to dodge because you don't expect an attack to come. So you're not going to get to dodge. Ow. Wow, these guys can roll. Like, I was rolling for the Knight Captain all this time, and like, these guys can roll. Okay, Theseus, you're going to take 4 pain damage as the box explodes. Not literally explodes, but, you know, the box shatters on your head and you're clonked on the back of the head by some kind of canister.
Okay. Ouch.
Right, the second Atlantean is going to go for what he considers the brains of the outfit.
Oh dear. So the Knight Captain did say get them, so do I get to
Noted.
dodge?
You do get defense, yes. I've taken your 1 defense off. All 1 of them. You wear armor. You are so lucky you wear armor because he stabs you.
Yep.
And you're going to take 1 health damage. That hurt. You don't want to do that too many times.
No, I really don't. You're quite correct.
The third Atlantean, so Yggdrasil, they don't know what your powers are. Violet, you've been very gutsy, but the captain clearly wants to take you out. Changeling, they don't know what your powers are. Running Song, they probably noticed that you humiliated the captain. I think they're going after you.
Of course.
So this one attacks Running Song. I have removed your defense of 3, so that was not great, actually. You're wearing body armor as well. Does anyone in this party not wear body armor? Seriously.
Yep, me.
So, Running Song, you are also going to get stabbed, this time by a spear, and you're going to take 1 health damage. The final one is... Oh, I know what the final one's going to do. The final one is going to back up and stand between you and the hostages. Okay? And just kind of stand there looking scary. Theseus, you just got clocked on the back of the head by a box. You are not happy.
Yes, I'm mixed feelings. My head hurts, but now I finally found the terrorists. I turn and I'm going to hook him to me and headbutt him. Well, maybe not. Depends on the liberty of the system.
You can absolutely do that. The whole point of the combat in this system is that you pretty much have free narrative, right? So you are plenty close enough to run over and punch him. So if you want to hook him to you and headbutt him, I'm totally on board.
Okay.
Please be narratively cool. That's what it's all about. Okay, so you are going to Cyborg Combat Hook. You're going to roll 8 dice. Is he going to get defense? I'm going to say no. He is not expecting this.
So I didn't roll really well. I roll really bad.
You're looking for 7 or better. Oh dear. Okay, so you attempt to throw your hook and pull him back to you. In fact, you manage to grab him with your hook and pull him back, and you manage to headbutt him, and you're going to do a small amount of damage to him. But at that moment, your hook actually disconnects. So he's kind of yanking back. Your hook actually disconnects from your hand.
Yeah, it's the salt.
But you do indeed manage to drag him to you and headbutt him, and he sort of reels back, but your hook sort of disconnects.
It's the salt. It got weakened by the...
Yeah, must have done. Yeah.
As a free action, I'm going to look down at the spear before looking up at the person who does it, and at each point say, that was a mistake. How long can I maintain, like, if I take an action, do I lose the mage hand on the dagger sword?
You do, because you do not have make light work.
No, what I was going to do is I was going to keep, like, my left hand focusing on keeping the mage hand in place, and, like, with the right hand, closed fist, backhand the guy that had stabbed me.
Okay, you can give it a go. It's going to be willpower and physical strength. And you're going to have to roll 9s to keep the other hand on the pommel. That wasn't good.
Nope.
You lose... like you're so concentrating on trying to hit him. First of all, you do sort of backhand across him, but he actually dodges, letting go of the spear, but dodges. And secondly, the hand that was blocking the Knight Captain's sword vanishes. Violet.
Oh, right. Well, get them, eh? Yes, I'll just say, I'm awfully sorry, and then just punch him in the face as hard as I can.
That is going to be strength and brawl. And at point blank range, I'm going to make it 5s, not 7s. Because he was struggling with a sword, so...
9, 10, 11. Okay.
Correct. He is not going to get defense against that. He is not going to see that coming.
I get a total of 7. I got a couple of roll-ups. How nice.
Very nice.
7. Alright, roll those for damage. I'm looking for 6 or better for damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Violet sort of said, as you said,
I said, I'm awfully sorry, Captain.
smack. And you hit him so hard that he actually goes flying backwards into the wall of the warehouse. Smack. He actually crashes through one of the other boxes and stops against the wall and then falls to the floor. He is not unconscious, but that hurt. Even through his Atlantean natural armour. Yggdrasil.
Ah. So someone has basically got in the way between me and the hostages?
Correct.
Ah, right. Who have we still got kicking about?
Theseus took a bit of damage. Running Song took a bit of damage, and Zachary took a bit of damage, each of them.
I'll move over towards Theseus and see if I can heal and empower.
Heal and empower.
So I was going to do Vital Defense with the Healing Beam.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Healing Beam and Vital Defense. Let's see how we do.
Only 2.
So Theseus, you are going to gain 3 defense. You're also going to heal 2 pain damage of your 4. So you half heal what you've taken. And yeah, so Yggdrasil runs up and kind of, and this healing beam flies from his hands and sort of touches Theseus, and Theseus stands a little stronger.
Aim for the non-metally bits.
Yes, he did indeed aim for the non-metally bits. Right. The Knight Captain is lying against the wall. He is going to... Oops, that's not enough dice.
Is there a Tweety bird?
There is a Tweety bird, but only he can see it. You'll have to imagine it. Oh my goodness. Okay, this guy has willpower unlike you've ever seen. Okay, this guy just stands up and then charges straight at Violet. Probably not going to end well for him. Violet's defense is 3, so I'm taking off 3 dice. But he is literally charging to sort of tackle you, basically. He's left his sword alone. I would like you to roll me a dexterity and brawl, please, Violet. You are looking for 5 or better.
At 5 or better, that gives me 3 dice of 5 or better.
Okay. As he charges you, you kind of meet him, and sort of grab his hands, and you manage to stop him. But he is going with incredible force. He actually headbutts you slightly in the face. You stop his hands, but his head keeps going. So you can take 1 pain damage, and you are now sort of grappling with him like.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting this.
No Atlantean should be this strong, right? He is clearly, like really. Rah!
What fell out of the crate that smashed, and can I use it?
What fell out of the crate that smashed? That's some distance away. You're going to have to leg it over there.
Okay, because basically what I'm thinking, depending on what it is, they may not react well to fire, but concussive damage of a small explosion is still going to. So I was just wondering, have a look around, see if there's anything nearby that I can actually use to.
So the only broken crates at the moment are the ones on fire, the ones that the Knight Captain broke when he got thrown into them. You'd have to run over there, or the one that got thrown at Theseus. That's.
Okay, go and have a look at the one that's by Theseus, because that's probably the closest.
Okay, so you leg it over to Theseus and sort of slide to the floor and sort of grab this container. Roll me an enhanced intelligence and insight, so that is 9 dice.
You're looking for 7s again? 6.
Whoa! Okay. This is a container of radioactive waste. It has clearly been designed to be dumped in the ocean. And left there, because that's what we do with radioactive waste.
So that explains why they're angry. Right, I'm going to pick this up, look at the Knight Captain, and I understand now, this fight needs to stop.
Okay. I would like you to roll me a Charisma Esteem for your teammates, so that they listen to you.
Not my strong suit, but we shall see.
4 dice, it's not quite as hopelessly bad as other people.
Can I choose to listen?
3.
3. Yeah, you can definitely, like, everyone hears him say calmly, "This fight needs to stop, I understand now." That doesn't mean that the Knight Captain is going to stop wrestling you, Violet. It just means that you heard that. Moving on to Changeling.
Okay, so does it look like the Knight Captain's going to stop?
I'm going to be honest, not really.
Can I try to pull him off of Violet and restrain him?
You can definitely try, and you are a good choice to try and do it. So roll me Strength and Brawl. Violet, are you going to try and help with this? You can sacrifice your next turn to help with this if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a Strength and Brawl as well.
Okay, I have 4 successes.
I have 4 successes.
As you attempt to pull him off, you are going to get elbowed in the maelstrom, and you will take 2 pain damage. Violet, you're also going to take 2 pain damage. However, between the two of you, you're able to sort of shove him into Changeling's arms, and then Changeling, you can grow, can't you? Or stretch a bit.
Yep.
So you're going to kind of restrain him with kind of growing your arms to restrain him up. Not quite Mr. Fantastic, but like in that direction.
Yep.
And you are able to hold him still, but you know he's still struggling. He's still sort of frothing at the mouth, even like he's in a kind of a bloodlust rage. But you are able to restrain him.
What's the story, Seventh?
I gotta say, you've restrained him. You ain't restrained his minions, and they're next up.
Oh.
Yeah. So minion number 1. He is the one that Theseus tangled with a moment ago. He's now got a plethora of targets to play with. But Theseus is the one who hooked him. So he's going to punch Theseus's face. Oh. Okay, he's going to punch Theseus's face and go, "Ow!" and take 1 pain damage. Because Theseus is a cyborg with cyborg face bits. Fumble. That was not very impressive. The second one...
I was impressed.
The second one is going to run... so this is the one who was quite near Running Song, I believe. The second one is going to stab at Changeling. And you're not really in a position to dodge. So you're going to take 1 health damage, but you are still holding on tight.
Can I use my emergency shield to forgo my next turn?
You can use your emergency shield and sacrifice your next combat turn.
And there is a 10, so yeah.
So, he kind of stabs at you. You use your emergency shield to sort of thicken your bones and skin where it's about to land, and it just glances off you. Number 3. I can't remember where he was. Oh, well, he's running around now. I think he's going to go for Running Song. She's a soft target. At the moment. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so, number 3 stabs at Running Song. Misses, hits a crate behind her, which punctures, and explodes. Okay? That was a severe fumble. Suddenly they've stopped being able to roll. So
Because I told them to stop.
Maybe. Oh my god. Not only that, Running Song, you take 1 health damage from a canister behind you exploding. And the other guy dies.
We gave them every chance.
Yeah, you did. Right, so, the Atlantean stabs, misses, hits a canister, boom. Running Song, you are thrown to the floor, but you're really not hurt. Piece of shrapnel from the container hit the Atlantean mid-chest. It does not stand a chance. The 4th Atlantean is the one standing between everyone and the hostages. He takes a few steps back and kind of puts his arms in front of the hostages.
It's my turn.
Now it's Theseus.
So I was studying here to make sure I have cool move. What do you think about this one?
Oh, nice. The Captain Kirk double fist punch.
That's what.
That's on the one that's over near you guys, which is number 1, I believe. One of them.
So
so you are going to roll me a Strength and Brawl.
Okay.
You're going to roll me 7s.
This is going bad. Yeah, so 4 and 1.
Okay. So roll those 4 for damage.
Roll 4.
Roll 4. If you roll a 10 on any of them, he's unconscious. If you roll a 6 or better on any of them, he gets damage.
A 9 and a 7.
2 damage on Atlantean number 2. Running song.
And the guy that tried to stab me and backed off got a piece of shrapnel in the chest, right?
That's correct.
Can I help the Kirk chopped adventure? Or is that guy gone too?
No, that guy is not gone. You can definitely help.
Okay. I'm going to use Mage Hand to shove at just the right point so the guy goes space forward into the concrete.
Okay. Right. Roll me a dexterity and spirit hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, roll 4 for damage. Again, I'm going to say if you roll a 10, you'll knock him out. Because what you'll have actually done is shoved him at the same moment as the Kirk double-fisted attack hit, and that knocks him off balance. Right, 1 damage. That's unfortunate. Right. Okay, Violet.
So I'm going to say, what's the story, Savant?
Can I respond now, or do I need to wait till my...
Yep, yeah, you can respond.
It appears that these are nuclear waste being dumped into the ocean. These canisters are primed to be dumped. The crime isn't being done by the Atlanteans, it's done to them.
You what?
I'm sorry, did I stutter?
No, I'm peeved.
I am mildly perturbed.
Violet, I think you might be able to have an action, a short action if you want one.
Alright, I'm going to stamp over to the hostages. And I know there is one of the Atlanteans in front of them.
That's correct.
And say to the Atlantean, try to be non-aggressive, yeah? But say, excuse me, I would like to talk to these people.
Charisma persuasion me. Goodness, these guys really are on a mission from the Empress. I'm just saying. Like 3 dice, 2 successes.
I only get 1 success.
That's literally his entire response. Yggdrasil.
So they're not at fault. Oh, can't have an international incident. And we'll move over and try and resuscitate the fallen Atlantean.
You're going to try and resurrect him.
I am.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this. Resurrection is your most powerful ability. So roll me a healing beam and resurrection. That's 6 dice.
2 successes if it's on normal difficulty. If it's more,
No, it's normal. They only died very recently, and yeah, no, that's fine. Died within about 5 seconds of you doing it. So
yes.
You are able to resurrect him.
And I will pretty much collapse next to him, I suspect.
You are going to pretty much collapse next to him. Also, the chunk of metal that was in his heart is still in his heart, and it sort of melds and just sits over it melts over his upper torso there.
Well, he can deal with that after, because I will slump next to whichever crates are there. Whether or not unconscious or not, I'll at least be...
You are conscious, but you are very much exhausted.
Also, the lump of metal has gained sentience. He's sentient now. He's the second guy that lives in his chest.
That's a story for another day.
Yes.
The captain, the knight captain, is going to say... He's pretty perceptive. He's realised that you've seen the truth. And he's going to command his Atlanteans, cease! And Zachary.
Look at the knight captain. Thank you. I understand what's happening here. I understand your complaint and your reasons for your actions. but this is not the way that we deal with it. This company must be handled within the law of our land.
I follow the Empress's orders, and only the Empress's orders. He is still restrained by Changeling, I should point out. So he's trying to look as dignified as possible while having Changeling's arm sort of wrapped around him.
Could you sort of let him go, Changeling?
If you want to, it is your turn next. So if you want to let him go, you can do.
Yeah, I can let him go.
What is the plan for this stuff you're taking?
I don't know. My orders are to return it to the Empress.
Probably to return it to us at some point in a very unpleasant manner. Because that's what I would do.
But that's also assuming a lot out of the Atlanteans.
I'm going on basic human nature. I appreciate they are Atlantean, not human, but I only have a base of reference.
Also, Atlanteans were humans about 5,000 years ago. So
exactly, yeah. But
so these guys wouldn't even know what the Jetsons are, let alone have the same hierarchy of any of this.
It does not mean my hypothesis isn't true.
It does kind of count as theft, though. If we can properly discuss it rather than cause an incident.
I must follow the Empress's orders. This is non-negotiable. I have told my soldiers to cease because you would be killed.
What are her orders?
Retrieve these crates, ensure that no one interferes, return to Atlantis.
Then, if we remove what's in the crates, you can take the crates and you're still following your orders.
I am not. The crates must be delivered intact and unopened.
Is there a way for you to speak to those in charge that we may deal with this in a reasonable manner? I do not wish us to fight.
There is not. You have shown that I can respect you. If you demand that we leave, we will leave peacefully. However, the result of that will undoubtedly be severe. I speak not for the Empress, I merely speak as an Atlantean. If you allow us to take what we wish, then we will leave without further harm to any surface dwellers. That is your choice.
Decius wants to ask if the real terrorists are the guys that are sitting in the corner.
It depends who you ask in this case.
I await your decision. Please feel free to discuss it amongst yourselves for a moment.
I will step back and send basically open communication back to HQ to try and get hold of Martian Pantsman.
No, range issues. If you had radio all the time, they would definitely track you down. You don't want that.
Okay.
Can we get Jenkins?
Get Jenkins
radio
over
in
here.
too?
You can get Jenkins, absolutely. Yes.
And we've been broadcasting this whole time. Jenkins knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenkins knows everything that you've heard. He knows you got in a scuffle. He knows that you probably won.
Jenkins,
Yes.
would you mind joining us?
Why?
This is your jurisdiction, is it not? We are currently speaking on peaceable terms. However, there is a problem that needs to be resolved, and you are the authority, and we must bow to your
Judgment.
jurisdiction.
I appreciate you asking. That actually is a surprise, to say the least.
It is purely logical. This is your jurisdiction. We have done what we can. Now it is down to the authorities to deal with this quickly worsening international incident between the surface and Atlantis.
My orders were to keep our distance and ensure that they don't hurt anyone. As long as they do that, I leave the rest to you.
So you were quite happy for them to take this nuclear waste below?
It's not my problem.
At this point, can I turn to the captain and say, I think I understand now. How may we assist you?
He'll kind of look a bit confused for a moment because you did punch him in the face. Well, chest, probably. and sort of point at the crates and point at the dockside and shrug.
I'm going to pick up a crate and take it to the dockside.
Okay.
Mage hands picking up another crate.
Yep. Okay.
Savant looks really confused.
The seals will carry the crates also.
Yeah. Okay. Theseus picks up. Yeah. Okay. That's 3 people who are carrying crates now.
So you are assisting the theft, Violet.
This isn't a theft. This is a removal of illegal material which was being dumped in the sea. And obviously the Atlanteans have decided to do something about it. Right is right. And we always do what's right, come what may.
Ed, this material, can it be weaponized?
Probably, yeah.
You do realise you're giving them weapons-grade material?
Absolutely, but it's the right thing to do.
We were going to give it to them anyway the moment we dumped it in the ocean.
The way I see, we're just facilitating to get it to Atlanta fast.
I cannot understand the stupidity of those sentences. You are facilitating a power that we do not have very good in communication with, to enable them to create weapons of mass destruction, and you are letting it happen.
I'm sorry.
No,
you
we're
lost me at. I do not understand.
They were being transgressed against, and we are helping repair that transgression.
No,
That's
you are
the
not.
right thing to do, and we're going to do it.
You are facilitating the creation of weapons that can be used against us. This material should be disposed of properly and not dumped in the ocean.
We have a peace treaty, and since the material was going to be illegally dumped in the ocean anyway, it seems to me that the Atlanteans will have a better way of getting rid of it. We have a peace treaty.
The whole point there
remember?
was the word illegally. Savant walks away. He doesn't have the power to stop this.
Yeah, but he also doesn't agree with it.
No, not even remotely.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair enough. I gotta say, as a GM, I'm just finding this hilarious.
It's going in my report, though.
But yeah, okay, so Savant Zachary just kind of walks away back to the police line. You're not getting involved with this.
No, I do not agree with this. I have no way to stop it. There's no way I can persuade them not to be stupid. If they want to be stupid, that's on them. And I will start making my way back to him.
Okay. Changeling, what are you doing through all this?
I have a bit of medicine. I'm going to go over and actually try and tend to some of the hostages.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an intelligence medicine. Yggdrasil, what are you doing?
Still mostly collapsed next to this fallen Atlantean.
You're feeling a little better now. By now, you're feeling a little better. And you've certainly been aware of what's being talked about.
Oh, how's the Atlantean doing?
The Atlantean is kind of looking at you surprised and struggling to his feet.
I will get up and then help him to his feet.
He hesitates, sort of, you reach down a hand and he sort of hesitates before he takes it, but he does. And he stands and he says, "Thank you, Surfacer. Thank you."
No problem, Water Dweller. We didn't want problems, did we?
Jenkins, we do require a medical unit here.
Yeah, we'll send one in once the area's secure.
Okay, medical duty reporting.
It is secure.
As a point of fact, didn't Jenkins specifically say that he had the area?
No. He said he had the cordon was secure, but the area perhaps not so much. Like, he wasn't trying to stop them, right?
Oh, I know this, and you know this, but
right.
I think Running Song would point this out loud in a way that she knew Jenkins would overhear.
Okay. I want a charisma and an esteem, please. Because you're trying to embarrass him, and I think you've got a decent chance of doing it. 1 success. Okay. 1 success. He is already predisposed towards being embarrassed by you guys, so he'll say, "Fine, med team on its way."
Oh, to the Atlantean, I wouldn't mind a quick discussion on something.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you're just back in the world. Just to check, did you set the boat out there on fire?
It was an accident.
Were there any people on board?
No. These people were on board. Well, 3 of them.
Were they doing this dumping?
I am but a humble soldier.
Or are they bystanders?
I speak only facts. I know not motives.
I will report in across the headset. There were no people on the boat that's on fire.
So, I think that you've broadly cleaned up the situation. The outcome seems to be that you guys have dumped all of the stuff into the ocean for the Atlanteans in the way that they wanted it dumped into the ocean. Jenkins sends in a med team. Zachary has left. Cannot agree with what you're doing. The individuals, you give them a quick look over, Changeling, and it looks like they're going to be okay. How many successes do you get?
2 successes.
2. So you're able to sort of bandage the more severe wounds. They certainly, at least one of them, certainly took a beating at the hands of the Atlanteans.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because he fought back, judging by your own experience. So, thank you everyone for playing. Congratulations on diffusing the situation. And I hope you enjoyed that.